Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. After a 2-week absence, the Midweek 180 returns. As you can see, I am back in the UK after the most magnificent holiday away with Mrs. Petrol Ped in the beautiful Maldives, but more on that later. So we didn't do a Midweek 180 last week. I was doing some digital detox, and the week before that was my Bonham's announcement, so it was kind of a little bit different, but we're back. If you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update, where I bring you my news, views, and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. I'm going to put 180 seconds in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and that's it. A very simple format. So, without further ado, let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. I shall start my timer. Now then, leader of the pack on the Bonham's video was Francois G, joined in the Magnificent 7 by Paul Mead, Ben Higginson, Kilo Bravo 99, Malcolm Brew, Lewis Hunter, and Mark C. So whoever puts the first comment this week, you'll be my leader of the pack next week, and the first 7 comments will be in my Magnificent 7. Where are you and what you're doing? Well, actually, that was my mate Jake Miko, who was in Dubai catching up with an old Lithuanian friend, and they happened to mention Jake's Mini. Jake showed him a picture, and the first thing the guy said was, Petrol Ped, because I filmed with Jake's Mini. I'll put a card above right now, actually, a long time ago now. Really got me into the whole thinking about modifying my Minis as well. But yes, my name spreads far and wide, but wherever you are right now and whatever you're doing, put it in the comments below and I'll give you a shout out next week. Now, last week's question, I didn't ask one, but I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all the wonderful responses I've had since my Bonham's announcement, and everybody seems to like the new intro and outro as well. Very positive response. I'm already talking to the market about the next car that's going to be on Hammer Time, and I think everybody enjoyed the Dino and the 308 videos as well. This week's question, come back from holiday and wow, the fuel's got expensive. So I guess the question is, what's the most expensive fuel you've seen? And I appreciate the massive issues in the world, and my heart and my thoughts and prayers goes out to all the people in Ukraine, because it is a particularly terrible time right now. And I know that's the kind of reason for our fuel prices, but wow, you go away and come back and it's like, good job, I've got an electric car this week, but more on that later as well. F1. It's back, baby. The first weekend race is this weekend at Bahrain. Been tuning into testing over the last couple of weeks. Looks like Red Bull and Ferrari have got their act together. Their cars look very strong. Mercedes, I don't know whether they're sandbagging or not, or whether genuinely the car doesn't have the pace. And my friends at McLaren, they've got issues with brake cooling, but hopefully they can get that sorted in time for the Bahrain Grand Prix this weekend. Question, who's been watching Drive to Survive? I watched, Mrs. Petrol and I watched one last night. We're trying not to binge watch, but we watched 2 back to back. We're going to kind of limit our intake of that one. But who's watching Drive to Survive? What do you think? Absolutely brilliant. Love Drive to Survive. Couple of things. My Nichols N1A video dropped on Monday. For me, that was one of the best, technically the best videos I've ever made. I really threw a lot at it. I worked with a good mate of mine, Nick Williams, who's a fantastic photographer. He helped me with the lighting and took some stills and so on. And it's just not flying at the moment. So if you haven't seen that one already, I'll put a card above. I am going to run out of time this week. I had a feeling I would, because the timer's going to run out right now. But yeah, it's one of those, the interview with Steve Nichols. Oh my days, I could have talked to that chap forever. He was the designer of the fastest or best and performing Formula One car of all time, the McLaren MP44, almost the forgotten man of motorsport. He helped John Barnard bring carbon fibre into the world of Formula One. He was responsible for the rear braking system on the McLaren that we now kind of talk about, torque vectoring. All of that came from him, an absolute genius, and his car, the N1A, is quite special. So there's lots more videos coming on that series. Now this week I've got an Audi RS e-tron GT, and I know I went to the launch of that in Scotland last year. I got that car for a week. I'm actually doing something really cool with it on Thursday this week. I'm driving into London to Canary Wharf, to the Canary Wharf Classic squash tournament, which is a world-class squash tournament. I used to be a pretty good squash player when I was a kid, and I've been invited along to to the squash championship. I'm going to actually be playing on court on the world-class squash court with the ex-world number 9, Darryl Shelby. I haven't picked up a squash racket in about 10 years, so that should be good. So a bit of a fun video with the RS e-tron GT coming. That might drop on the channel on Monday because I don't think I'm going to get time to edit it and get it up in time for Friday. So this Friday's video, although I said I did do digital detox in the Maldives, I kind of didn't really, because I ended up making a video in the Maldives. It's a dog walk video with a difference, and I think that will be Friday's video, so tune in for that one. I'm massively over time, but it's just good to be back. It really, really is. Now I'm back from my holidays, I'm energized and ready to really hit it. I've spent the morning sending emails and doing lots of admin. Big plans for the channel over the next few months, that's for sure. But I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. If you have done so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. We hit 141,000 subscribers a couple of days ago. And also, the really interesting one is Monday's video was my 900th video upload to the channel, which is a crazy number. Absolutely crazy number. But join me on the 902nd, because this will be the 901st. The 902nd video this Friday for a dog walk with a difference in the Maldives with some aquatic life. Honestly, an experience of probably top 3 things I've ever done in my life. Absolutely sensational. I had to share it with you. Anyway, I'll see you on that one, guys. You take care. Drive safe.